breaks into a house, then kidnaps a little girl, tortures her, and then kills her. Does he have the right to live? No, he does not. My name is Blake Paradise, and this is my presentation on the death penalty and why it should be instated. The death penalty is a law that is governed on a state level, not a national level. This means that each state gets to decide whether it opposes or is for the death penalty. All of these states in red are the states that are with the death penalty, and the states in the blue are states that oppose them. The states in the purple have a governor official who gets to pick and decide whether the crime is worthy of the penalty or not. This makes governing the penalty for manslaughter and homicide very lackluster. The geographic location of the crime should not be the determining factor of whether someone serves 15 years in jail for homicide or they're put to death. Which means if someone commits a murder in the state of Montana, they are put to death. However, if someone commits murder in North Dakota, they're only sent to jail for 15 years and then let out. The solution to this is making sure that all laws on manslaughter and homicide should be dealt with on a national level instead of a state level, which means that there should be one law on whether the death penalty should be instated or not. Then I believe that the eye for eye concept should be implemented. The eye for eye concept is basically if you kill, then you shall be killed. So if someone commits a murder, then they are sentenced to death. Then the third point of the solution would be that the most humane death penalty, which is lethal injection, should be put into effect as the only method of killing the convict. Other methods such as firing squads and electric chairs have proven to be faulty and they're inhumane. Objections to the death penalty would be one might say that the death penalty is inhumane or unjust. Why is the criminal's life any more valuable than their victims? Why should they be given a second chance and treated with respect and forgiveness when they took a life that wasn't theirs to take? And this is eye for an eye. Go back for a second. This is eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. It's stated in the Bible. The visualization is only a couple days ago, investigators uncovered a storage unit that housed a kidnapped girl by a man who was tortured and used as a sex slave for months. She was kidnapped with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend was killed and thrown in a dumpster near the storage unit. 7 others were found around the storage unit that were killed by the same man. The man who committed these crimes was not given the death penalty, but instead was allowed to live the rest of his life out in jail. When he was 15, he committed the murder of a 14-year-old girl, but was allowed out only 15 years later on good behavior. This is the man, and that's the girl chained in the storage unit, and that's the storage unit. If the death penalty wasn't stated and he was killed and he was sentenced to the death penalty for killing the 14-year-old girl, 7 lives could have been saved by the death penalty. This is a picture of the 14-year-old girl he killed. The majority of homicide and manslaughter criminals are released from jail within 15 to 20 years of their crime on good behavior. And the Death Penalty Information Center said that an astounding 80% of criminals that are released from jail after a crime are sent back within years later of that crime on various other crimes. Their victims, however, are dead forever. A national death penalty will scare off many offenders with them knowing that they will die if they commit murder. Some sources that I used are the Police Rescue Victim from Serial Killer Storage Unit, the Death Penalty Information Center, Should the Death Penalty Be Allowed?, Amnesty International USA, Capital Punishment, and Where the Death Penalty Still Lives. Are there any questions?
What are the faults or what makes the electric chair inhumane?
had cases with the electric chair where they would electrocute the person, but they wouldn't die. They would just have all their skin melted off of them, and they would go through a lot of pain and still live after the electric chair. Any other questions?
Is electric chair still used as a method of execution within the United States?
In 6 states, they still use the electric chair, including Florida. That's it.